Welcome friends in this new episode. Today let us see something about currency manipulation. We know that every country has her own currency. Like India has rupee, like US has dollar, and so on. But this currency is useful within the country. When a person in one country wants to deal with somebody from another country, particularly the economic transactions, maybe trade, maybe investment, like that, his home currency, domestic currency, may not be accepted by the person in another country. So if I import something from Australia in India, I will have to pay to my supplier in Australia in a currency which is acceptable to him. For him, rupees may not be the acceptable currency. So either I will have to pay him in the form of Australian currency or in one currency which is acceptable to him, like dollar. So there is a need for every country to have a reserve of foreign currencies. Though not of all different currencies of different countries, but at least of that currency which is acceptable widely in the world. Now, how this currency will come? How one country can buy this currency? For this currency, naturally, the same principle, the same rule of demand and supply will apply for deciding the price. The price of a dollar is decided by the demand for the dollar in India and the supply for the dollar in India. This is the equilibrium price, the price which is fixed by demand and supply forces. Naturally, few countries, the economic, I may say, situation of that country, if it's not good, these few countries may find it difficult to create the foreign exchange reserve. So for them, the exchange rate, that is the price for buying that currency, is called as exchange rate. It is the rate at which domestic currency is exchanged with foreign currency. That is exchange rate. This exchange rate has a lot of impact on import and export of goods and services, as well as on investments coming from outside. It's very simple to understand. If the price, for example, if we take the case of exchange rate of dollar with Indian rupee, if $1 is exchanged for 75 rupees, this is the exchange rate. If this exchange rate falls, that is, if $1 is exchanged for 80 rupees, then what happens is, we will have to pay more for $1. Hence, for dollar holders, what happens is, the terms of trade becomes favorable. The buyer, the importer from US, can get more commodities with the same price. Earlier he was able to get goods of 75 rupees. Now he will be able to get goods of 80 rupees with the same dollar. So if the exchange rate is in favor of US and against Indian rupee, then naturally the export of India will go up. Because earlier we could sell goods of 75 rupees, now we could sell goods of 80 rupees. In order to increase the quantity of sales exported, the reduction in the exchange rate, the fall in the value of rupee is beneficial. But if the rupee falls, then imports become costly. Whenever the exchange rate was $1 equal to 75 rupees, we by paying 75 rupees could get goods of $1. Now for importing the goods of $1, we will have to pay 80 rupees. This is how the import has become costly to us. If once we understand this, then how the government, by manipulating the exchange rate, increase or decrease the exports and imports can easily be understood. When the government wants that Indian exports should go up, the government will interfere in the decision of exchange rate. Government will not allow the equilibrium price to settle in the market, demand and supply forces to work. But by interfering in the market, the government will decide the exchange rate. And if government wants to increase the exports, government will undervalue the rupee, which is called as devaluation of currency. It is done artificially. It is not a natural process. Government's intervention makes rupee weaker. Why? With this, government can increase the exports and can earn more foreign currency. This is one benefit. Second benefit is government can restrict imports because imports become costlier. Third benefit, if exports are more, production must be more. And if you need more production, more employment will be generated, and therefore the income within the country will also go up. For these benefits broadly, the government interferes and undervaluation or devaluation of currency is made. That is called as manipulation of exchange rate or manipulation of currency. But my friends, of course, this has been done by China continuously for more than a decade and a half. This was practiced by Japan. Even India has also practiced this recently in 1991 when we were short of foreign exchange reserves. So many countries follow this, but it has got some negative effects also. The negative effect is in the form of the currency creation within the country. When your exports increase, well, we get more foreign currency. But this foreign currency is kept by the government in its custody, and in exchange, government will give domestic currency to the exporters. So government will have to issue more currency. And if this more currency is circulated within the country, within the economy, the prices will go up. Similarly, if the government tries to convert this foreign currency into domestic currency, that is, government has to pay it to the exporters, then government will borrow from the market. And if government borrows more from the market, the interest rate will go up, and again there is a risk of inflation in the market. However, this devaluation can be a temporary phase, cannot be exercised continuously or also frequently. This can be done once or twice a while, and because this will create inflationary pressures, number one, there will be pressures from international market, as well as when you keep on devaluing your currency, your credit in the market is also lost. My friends, this is something about currency manipulation. Hope you have followed this, understood this, and you have enjoyed this discussion. Let us meet in the next episode with some new concept. Till then, bye.